mean, all we're trying to do is get the power folding mirrors to work. Right, and that it was pretty simple in that when you look at the diagram, there's two power wires, key on and live, right, all the time. And one was wired in over here, tied into the power wire for the mirror control. The other one was over there in the fuse box. But I don't know what I was doing, because I had this going to ground but tied into the power wire. I don't know what the brown wire is over there. It's it's so messed up. So we've had to revert back to pretty much taking the door panels off and looking at wiring diagrams and trying to figure out what I was doing. And for those who are doing the power folding mirrors, you already know there's already wires going to the mirror, and you're adding wires for the functionality of the power folding. And then the button is different, but it's this connection here, and you're adding the two wires to just complete the functionality of the power folding. There's a relay as well. It works, but at this point, I gotta start all over with it. Now, the problem with adding it too is you don't have OEM wire, so you better keep track of what wire goes where and what color, because once it's in the car, it's hard to track. Like this brown wire, I know goes under the mat here, and obviously comes into the door. Right, it doesn't go over there, and there's nowhere else for it to go. Fix this for you guys. So brown wire, but you know, we got diagrams for the power folding mirrors. We got another diagram that we've always had for them. So yeah, I think I did determine, here's the relay. Here's the box if it matters, but this is how large it is. But, you know, I counted for all the wires. I don't know why I had this blue going to ground, coming all the way from over there. And I don't know where the brown, that was going to ground as well. I think it's supposed to, but I don't know where it goes. It just goes into this harness that I made to run through the door and everything. So we're going to take this door panel off. We're going to keep plugging away, but I've been at this for days. I didn't really make a video. You guys don't want to see me troubleshooting electrical. Not when it takes hours and hours and hours. So let's get this panel off and I'll show you guys. So yeah, we can see here this brown wire. This is the one we would have added, the one that goes over there. We'll do a continuity test to make sure. Obviously it's for the LED lights, and it's the ground wire or power wire. Okay. We'll put power. Damn. Why did I use brown and black? That's the worst ever. So obviously there's a ground on two of these lights and a positive. And I'm gonna guess that the two blacks are a ground, which is a black wire, and then the green going to the brown wires for positive? Oh, really? So we should get, how am I gonna do this? stay up? No. We should get a light come on for the button. Assuming that I can get a ground and balance this door. And provide power to this brown wire. So let's just pick any ground, bare metal, non-painted, that we can find-ish. Door hinge, sure. Let's see if we can do this. Alright, so it'll take it. And that's what it is. That's a positive, I should never use a brown wire for this. That's a positive 12 volt to light up the light. So I'll label this, but that was going to ground. That's not good. Anyway, and then the blue wire. Not that you guys know. I have no idea why the blue wire was here. It went to ground too. But I'm pretty sure there's a ground over there for the wires that are on the diagram. So how do we finish this? We give 12 volt power to this from no. Oh, that's what it was. We were given 12 volt power to this door switch all the way over there. Why over there on the other door? Because they both needed power. And the driver's side was easy because I just tapped into the 12 volt. The passenger side was not easy because there was no constant 12 volt. How am I going to ever remember this? No constant 12 volt. There must be. Why did you do that? You dodo. These are... Oh, yeah. I'm not pulling the wire out of the doors. So I will just use this and label the shit out of everything. Alright, let's see if we did this right. Power of the mirrors. Oh, we gotta replace the fuse. Okay, we're gonna put this in there. We're gonna listen for it going pop. No pop. To the mirrors. Power fold. Oh, we can turn the battery on. Okay. Survey says Oh. The fuse blow partway through. Here, no. No. All right, let's try again. Well, that's really weird. It only worked for 2 seconds. What? What? Why can't you work normally? What? What am I missing? What? No. Weird. Redid the ground wire. I doubt this is going to work. Yeah, the relay clicks, but nothing happens. I don't know what that means. Huh. Yeah, so I've been at this for a few hours. Left you guys out of the show. It took a while to triple check the wiring, see what's going on, see if we had ground. Still can't get them working. After they were closing for 2 seconds at a time, they wouldn't open back up. The only thing I could get it to do is make the relay click by pushing the button over there. Even after the relay clicked, they wouldn't open again. And then eventually just now the relay stopped clicking altogether. So what I did was I did find these two guys after looking at the diagram long enough. So the red and the yellow, which are the extra wires that go to the extra mirror, the extra wires for the power folding function. Basically that's power and ground for the mirror. And then they'll just use a reverse polarity to open or close. So I can just put a power probe on those and use that to fold and unfold the mirrors. But the question is, why are they not working? So we unfolded them manually. We're gonna go try the button right now and see what happens. I think that relay is dying. The key's already on, so I already got power. Survey says. Flashlight fell. Yeah, totally dead. We can control the mirrors with the power probe. Now we know that everything's doing what it should, I think, because of what the relay is getting. Just saying that I think we know the wiring is good because of what we're getting. With the relay, well, with the car turned on, right, it's the relay that should get a 12 volt constant on the yellow wire, which it does. It should have a ground on black, which it does. The other wires just go to nothing, a motor and a mirror, which is why they're dead. Except for the blue guy. Well, sorry, they're all grounded. So 12 volt constant to the relay is correct. We know we're getting 12 volt ignition to the switch because we tested that already, correct. But now when we push the button, nothing happens, not even a click. And we know the mirrors work because we can control them manually. So I think the relay died on these mirrors, which sucks. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking is that the capacitor on this thing is bad. It kind of made sense with the symptoms. And the mirror opening for 2 seconds, stopping, losing power, and then you're giving, turn off the key, turn back on, charges, 2 seconds, stops. And we measured, we can show a photo, but we measured the output voltage on this when we were pushing the button and we're getting 0.02 volts. And the other thing is we can measure the resistance or the ohms on this capacitor, and it should, I was doing some research, but if I remember from the old Schuylkill days, we definitely should get some kind of number and then eventually getting to infinity as it loses its oomph, we'll say. And we don't get that at all. We were getting 60,000 ohms, stuff like this. Let's see if we can get it to do it again. Yeah, 10,000 ohms, 10.3. And does that number change? Can I show you guys this number? Yep. So 10.3 ohms on a capacitor. Yeah, that's 47 microfarads. I think it was 47 microfarads, 25 volt. Yeah. Oh, just for the giggles, let's test another one that I have lying around. Some random one. Never been out of the package. It's definitely, we'll say the power's drained out of it. It's been in a bag for a year, so we'll say yay to that. So we should get a number. Yeah, not that you guys can see. Can you guys even see this? Sure. We'll get a number of 4.4 mega ohms. This is a large capacitor. It should go up, which it is. 421, 22, 23, 24. It's just going to go up and up and up until it gets to infinity. That's how you test them, and that's what should happen. And if we want to go back to Mr. Problem Child here, situated here, be able to see this. Can you see it? Oh, it says oh well. Turn off the light maybe? Turn on the light? There you go. Let's see if we can get you guys a good shot. Oh yeah. Oh, and now we're functioning again. Let's make sure we got this in the right spot. There it is. Yeah, 10.2. That's it. That's all she got. That's what it is, pretty sure. So we're going to try and find one of these or replace the capacitor and see what kind of magic we can come up with. See if I can find a capacitor for this, but my soldering sucks. That's why we never do these. And of course it's right in the middle. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Cheers. Cheers. Alright, where are we at? Oh yeah, we started troubleshooting the power folding mirrors. Excuse the sniffle. Because they're the one thing that wasn't working. Anyway, we started troubleshooting the power folding mirrors. Did figure out it was a wiring issue that I did long ago that I messed up. And that was because I used different colored wires coming from each mirror that need to connect in the middle. And a combination of, no, the different colored wires are for the LED lights and the switches that came from either door that connected in the middle that needed power. Somehow I connected these to ground. Also, there's a wire in the door, driver's side door, that was connected to ground. I don't know what I was doing. Well, I did, but I don't know. Anyway, none of labels, so put lots of labels on there. So when we finally did get it wired, the only opened for 2 seconds and stopped, as seen in probably a prior video that I posted here. Couldn't figure out why. Took the box apart. I'm going to assume it's a capacitor. I'll go back to my Schuylkill days of trying to figure out, electronic troubleshooting. I think it's a capacitor because when we tested the resistance, it didn't do what it should have done, which is go to infinity and beyond. But we ordered some and they came a day early. I'm super excited. So let's see, just for giggles. Let's prove myself right or wrong here. I'm going to do the same resistance test. On a known good capacitor. You remember the last time we showed this, it was like, these are awfully small, but anyway, 10,000 ohms, 60,000 ohms. That was it, no further, done and done. That's how it should react. Yeah, right there. That's pretty much it. Oh, I'm excited. Yep. So should go see some kind of ohmage, and then off to infinity in 3.9, 4, 4.2. Should keep going to nothing. And I believe it repeats. Oh no, wait, wire. Doesn't help when the wires are touching. Let's use the sniffles. Yep, that's perfect. Alright, let's see if we can replace this and try and do a good job. So I guess maybe it's weird to see the resistance on that ohm being 10,000 or 60,000 when it was back in soldered up. Expected to see the same results as before as when it's not in the board. And that surprises me, but survey says I think we're going to get the same result because the test didn't come out like I wanted it to, but 3, 2, 1. Yeah, now we get same as before, which is absolutely nothing. Not even a click of the relay, and that's what happened before as well. Wasn't the capacitor, although the capacitor tests as it should, not in the board. In the board it seems to, I don't know, draw some extra power or get resistance through other parts and components. And with that said, when it's in here we don't get the usual test of infinity and beyond. We get stuck at 10,000 ohms. Why, I do not know. The other even more important question is, why is it not working? Yep, 11.3 volts. Gonna charge the battery. So he's getting the power. Used to go click. Now it doesn't go click. Doesn't do anything. And the other guys for him, black is ground. Obviously he's getting ground. What? Oh, yeah, sorry. He shows ground. This other guy shows ground, which is the red wire. It's okay, he's going to the other mirror, the two mirrors. So that's one of the motors. It's showing grounds. I'm guessing the other guy is going to be showing ground, the end guy here. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess, because somehow, some way, inside the circuitry, everything gets to ground. Either way, the other two wires is the power, and then this white guy, which goes to the switch in the driver's side door, very middle. That's why he's got nothing. So I'm gonna guess that when you push a button, it sends a signal through this wire. What is not right? I don't know if we can even pick up the signal. And I was talking about, can we probe the middle guy? We need a ground. And we pick it up. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, does the button complete the ground? Completes the voltage. But then it dies out. Dies out, or lost it. Let's see if we can do this. Can we hold you up that way? No. No. Okay, well. We're just gonna try this. Okay. We'll get creative. There. Push the button. It does give constant, right? Sends a constant volt in on that wire. It's also getting its 12 volt constant from this wire. Ooh, get to it. Yep. So it's getting power, constant power, and then the power from the button. The button's supposed to trigger some relays and send the signal out on the red and yellow. And it's not happening. I wonder if we can hear it. Right, that board is getting a 12 volt signal from the button, but it's not doing whatever it should be doing. All right, we don't like to admit defeat, but I gotta admit defeat on this. The power folding mirrors, there's no more troubleshooting left to do unless I can find schematics on integrated circuit components. But the mirrors work when you power them manually, in and out. The relay's getting its 12 volt constant. The door switch is getting its 12 volt ignition. We've tried a different button. We've checked all the wires. And then the other thing too is once we were done fixing the wiring, really old issue, they did work, but as we've seen in the video, they worked for 2 seconds. And then the button did nothing. I had to physically cycle the key off and on. Then you get another 2 seconds out of them. Something was dying there. If that was a wrong wire, the fuse would blow. If the button was gimmicky, you would at least get it to go again. There's something charging like a capacitor and not discharging and not charging again properly. Something along the lines of this. I'm not really sure. I would say the voltages are off, but they're not. You can measure them 12 volts, no problem. So taking the board out, we can show photos all day. Taking the board out and looking at it. We did try replacing the capacitor. The question I have, which I don't know the answer to, and I'm not a pro on electronics, but I did take a course in it long ago in the Schuylkill days. It's easy to test a capacitor by how quickly it'll drain, measuring the resistance, which should go all the way to infinity, as we've shown before with the ones in the bag. And then beyond, OL after that. but the ones that you attach to this board will stick at either a 10,000 ohm resistant or a 60,000 ohm resistant. And I don't know why you get the different numbers, and I don't know why it's sticking at a specific resistance. It's not getting power from anywhere, and I don't know the answer to that. If anyone knows the answer to that, please educate. I would love to know. Anyway, so we know the capacitor is good, and so we started tracing this out, which we can again show photos. And in the end, it simply comes down to the IC on the board. The integrated circuit is faulty, obviously. And then we can also see that, yeah, there's something going on with it. Let me turn on a light. I don't know if we can see this. See the way it looks like it's got a water smudge on it there on the left? And a little bit on the right. Right there. That's not normal. And it doesn't rub off. It looks like the IC chip might have overheated inside or broke or fractured. Whatever you want to say. It's hard to get an angle on this, but you guys seen it. That's the other thing. So, you know, I guess I could keep troubleshooting and trace this out, but in the end, it is a large IC chip for the job it's got to do. It's a bit questionable, but you can't find the schematics on that IC chip, so don't know what's going on. But I do know power's getting to the board, power's getting past the capacitor, power's getting to the pins it needs to go to, and power's getting into the IC chip, but after that it's dead in the water. The signal button, so really pushing the relay button, actually does make it to the board, does make it to the resistors that it has to go through there. So everything is getting to the IC chip, it seems, but then nothing's happening. So I got no choice but to order a new one of these, which of course you can't find for the car, so we ordered a generic one. I think it'll work. I think they're all the same for the different models, whether it was a 94 or 93, 91. We're going to try anyway. If we need to shell out the big bucks to order one, I guess we will. We'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to keep at this. You can't order the chip. You can find it online and maybe 2 websites, but the data goes nowhere. It's some, you know, Asian website, of course, Japanese writing kind of thing. So I don't know what to do. I think just for giggles, I might continue to trace out some of these things. You can see my wonderful solder job there. See if you can spot it. If you can't spot it, I guess I did a good job. So we ordered a new one of these, and when it comes, that will obviously tell us what's going on. But it's too bad that we can't bring this back to life. I do wish there was something I can do. I guess unless I can find this IC chip, which is from Japan, because it's a JDM option. So maybe I should have searched in Japanese for, I don't know, yeah. Either way, that's it for the power folding mirrors. I'm going to wait for that part to come. We're going to plug it in. The plug was the same. We're going to hit the button. We're going to see what happens. I'll take you guys along for the show, of course. And then if the mirrors work, then that's the last thing to fix on the car. We're going to put everything back together. Winter may be over by then. We'll see. The other thing we got to do is headlights. We got to decide between headlights. And I think I've decided. We're going to try changing things up. We'll show you maybe some pictures if I can find them. Definitely one input on headlights if anyone's still listening to this video. Yeah. Show you a photo. Yeah, which headlight do you prefer? I will say one is JDM one-piece OEM normal looking white lens. The other is a very expensive HID retrofit Audi headlights, pretty much, or I think they were DS2 minis, you know, with shrouds and halos and everything into those lights to make them modern and make them really good. But I think we're looking to change it up. We'll see. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Okay, so if this works, we can put everything back together. And I really hope this works. So we know the battery's on. No key in does nothing. Yeah, we need key on. There's key on. Survey says, I hear the relay click. I don't see no mirror movement. So it wasn't my relay. Well, now I'm really confused. Huh. Why would the relay click but not send power to the motors? This guy doesn't click at all. This guy at least clicks. No, clicked once and then never clicked again. I don't know why. Same with the other guy. He was clicking and then he stopped clicking. What the F is going on here? I don't think my drunkenness of cough syrup is going to help this either today. But we need to start over, I think, with the power folding mirrors. Because I don't know what its problem is. Why it's not working. I don't know. I folded them in using the manual method, manual power. Maybe they're already in a reverse state, so it's trying to make them go out when they're out. Fingers crossed. No. So confused over this. So the mirrors work manually. They don't work with the button at all. Not even with a different relay I tried. This is getting a little frustrating. Okay. I'm just getting nowhere with this. I did find a blown fuse. So then the real question is the fuse blowing when I push the button? Or what exactly is going on? And the relay was good all along. I triple checked all the wiring I could. I'm pretty sure it's all good. Unless it's not a 7.8 fuse. I think that's, I don't think I would have overlooked that. Yeah, I'm still really sick. It sucks. Alright, try again. Gotta listen for the fuse popping. Be quiet. how they work? What? You gotta be effing kidding me. Oh. I heard that relay. Or is a fuse. Oh. 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 Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so sick. But one more test. Ah. Motherfucking car is getting put back together, finally. Now that I got that all resolved. Oh my gosh. I'll double check on the fuse it's using. I can hear the relay turning off. On the fuse it's using and the spot it's in, it's a 7.5 fuse for the mirrors. It did have to use the relay I ordered. The old one did not work. And the new one didn't work because of fuse blowing. So these are cheap fuses from Amazon too. I really don't like them. I'll double check that the one it's in is 7.5. I'll double check that the wiring is 7.5. The wiring was good all along. The relay was bad. Well, the wiring was good after I fixed it. And then we're good. Everything can go back. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, yeah, let's get this back together, but I still have a cold. I think I still need a couple more days to get my head clear. It's got the old cough syrup brain fog going on. Good news, awesome. So insert relay or time lapse video of getting this back together, and then I will be super happy, so happy. All right, cheers. Oi. All right. So I guess to sum this up, things get complicated like this. I could never be a mechanic. I just get stuck in these scenarios, rabbit holes. But so obviously the wiring was done wrong initially. At some point when I was in there, I don't know how I messed the wires up. I think I was combining grounds, finding a better ground for the grounds, and wires got mixed up. That's all I can think of. But we fixed the wiring, and then the mirrors still don't work. So what? We were obviously giving power to a ground wire, which might have fried the relay, but in the end, the power is getting to the relay. That's the key on and the constant volt. And when you push the button, no power is being sent out to the wires that control the motors. The same wires you could put a 12 volt to and actually make the motors work and the mirrors work. So the relay definitely wasn't working. There's also this photo here of the IC chip on it, which appears to be broken inside, or something's going on here. I did try and trace out the PCB board, we'll put a photo up, and figure out voltages on the board and what goes where and what's broken. And as far as I could tell, the relays are working on it, but the IC chip wasn't outputting voltage. It was getting voltage, wasn't outputting the voltage, wasn't doing its job. We can't find the IC chip. I looked online to buy, so we had to buy a new relay, whole new relay, which sucks because they're kind of rare. But I also found out from some folks online you can do the button, or the button you push on the driver's side. There is one that has a built-in relay. I think it's for maybe an Acura or something, and it will work without the relay nonsense or the other bigger, larger relay. But you got to do some rewiring, obviously. So either way, once I got the new relay, it clicked, but didn't work because the fuse was blown. At what point did that fuse blow? Whew, I don't know. But trying the old relay, it doesn't work. New relay, it does work. So I don't know when that other fuse might have blown. Probably me, I would guess, putting 12 volt into a circuit that shouldn't have it, or grounding a circuit that shouldn't have had it. Yeah, that would have done it, of course, with the power probe. So might have been me mucking around there, but either way, we're working now. Let's get everything back together. Super happy, and I appreciate everyone following along. I guess next video coming up might be about headlights and stuff like this. We'll see. There's always lots to do. The other thing is, we're actually getting calipers that might fit the big brake setup that I got. I won't go into the details of that. Maybe I'll make a video on it, but we bought the FFC caliper bracket, we bought a knuckle, we bought a 350Z rotor re-drilled to 4x114.3, we bought some RL calipers, and it wouldn't fit in the wheel. The wheel wouldn't fit over the caliper, and not this way, not a spacer wise, but this way against the inside of the wheel. So nothing we could do unless you want to shave down, you know, the caliper, but then you still got to clear the weights. It just wasn't happening. Looking online and doing some research, the guys say you need a specific rim, like the S2000 rim, I guess works, for this setup to work, which wish I'd have known long ago, because now I got a big brake setup kit that doesn't work with these wheels. Yeah, some say go to 5 lug, still no, I don't know if that'll work. So there was a guy on Discord who mentioned about the Hyundai Genesis, the Hyundai Genesis Coupe 2013-2016 calipers that work with all that and clear. We're gonna try and get some from a junkyard and try. They are online, but they're $1,000 or more. We're not gonna do that, considering they may not work. So we got that coming in to kind of do. And there's lots of other stuff. Anyway, mirrors, power mirrors fixed, good to go. Diggity boo. Cheers.